Yeah, this would be the standard setup for my Trello board, and this is meant to live independently of who the work is assigned to. Remember, the board may live longer than the project, and certain people are going to come and go. So this is a pretty simple board. It's just icebox, in progress, bugs, and done. And the reason I like having different columns for in progress and bugs is bugs come up as you're going along, and they can kind of distract people a little bit, and it's something that I might be able to triage via communication or certainly talk with the users who might also be inputting these bugs. Now, everything starts in the icebox when you're doing a feature process. And you remember the flowcharts from the last video, I've actually integrated them with the issues here. So let's take a look. This is our core feature. This is the user should be able to email in soil pH readings from a recent forest fire zone. And you can see I've probably been a little bit too obvious here, but I've just annotated the flowchart so you can see exactly which part of the process this applies to. Now, in this particular case, I just want to make whoever does this, and it may be several different people, it may be myself, it may be anybody, that this is the part that they are accounting for in their build out, and they don't have to worry about these other things. So it's just kind of demarcating the process here. I've also added, in this particular case, a checklist for the different things that this task does need to accomplish. There is a validation of the users here, and in that regard, we've added the feature label, but we should probably also add the validation label as well, because there is a validation part. So this is the big feature right here. Now, the next two features are the format validation feature, which, of course, deals with this part of the flowchart, and then, of course, we've got the coordinates validation feature. And the one difference I did here is I gave the Google API key. This is a fake Google API key. Now, before all the network security experts get mad at me, remember, I'm doing this for the purpose of limited build-outs. You, as the product administrator, should know that you should change the Google API key just after this process, just after you've had the developers build out. But there's nothing worse than trying to start on this process at 11 p.m. when you finally get a chance to do some development yourself and not have the API key. So these issues are very clearly spelled out, and I also provide the flowchart. I usually even provide more description than this, but I want to keep the example simple in this case. So the next thing we'll do is talk about the way I integrate screencast with this process.